Hello and welcome to the members only section of the podcast. If you are watching this, that means that you're a member of the channel, and we greatly appreciate your support. And we hope that
Right.
this episode will suffice to justify your support. And we're going to start off with a kind of a different topic from where we pincered off from this episode. We're going to go a little bit more paranormal on you guys today. And I think Dino said that he had something he wanted to share.
Yeah, because we were talking about just paranormal stories in general, and I mean, I don't really honestly believe in like ghosts or anything, but I am a little more accepting of it because I had this experience where I was in Texas about, I would say, 2016 maybe. I can't remember what year it was
This is
exactly.
in recent years.
Yeah. So it was recent enough. But me and my brother had gone to Texas to see our father or whatever, and the house that we were staying at the time, it was with some chick that he was dating or whatever. But the story around was that house was haunted. And there was a specific bookshelf that you do not mess with because apparently that this ghost, no one knew who it was or like if it had any relation to anyone that owned the house or whatever. We knew nothing about it, but apparently that bookshelf was exclusively theirs and no one touched it other than like cleaning it and like just general upkeep and stuff. But like if you took a book out or something like that, it was like a bad omen or some shit.
Like
But
a death sentence almost.
apparently. So there was this one day where I was talking about it with the woman that he was dating, and I think I was being really dismissive. I can't remember if I was being outright rude or not. I think I was, because I remember saying something along the lines of like, I don't really think that makes any kind of sense or anything. And then out of nowhere, thank God nobody was fucking near, because this was like a 6-stack like high thing of like books, kind of a bookshelf.
Like 6 shelves.
Yeah, like this thing was fucking massive. It was made of wood. It was old as
It was a
fuck.
sturdy ass fucking bookshelf.
This fucking thing fell face forward onto the ground like fucking violently. Like it was fucking nuts, and it was against the wall too. So it just
Like the
like I
whole
said,
thing fell over.
no, it just like literally the moment I was dismissing it, talking about it with that fucking woman, the fucking bookcase literally just fucking fell, just slammed on the ground.
What the fuck?
It was fucking nuts.
That would have, yeah, that would have, that should have struck the fear
That
of like,
shit.
oh,
Oh yeah, no,
this
I
shit's
was like,
real.
oh, okay, maybe not all ghosts, but this house, fine. I will not talk shit or fuck with the bookshelf. Got it.
God.
Yeah, monkey with the book.
Fucking
monkey with the
insanity.
bookshelf.
That's the only like true brushing with air quotes like paranormal activity I've ever had in my life.
Really?
But even just that small little bit was just like, what the I still want a logical explanation to that, because that it seemed too coincidental. Like I want to say someone was fucking with me, but it was literally just me, her, my father, and my brother, and they were in different parts of the house while I was having this conversation with her. So no one was there to mess with the bookshelf that I'm aware of. But
fucking wild, dude.
It's
That's
fucking
really fucking crazy.
It's the only story I've got because I haven't had any other like paranormal.
I hate to break it to you, Dino, but it was me.
I knew it.
So did it.
Oh my god!
Mean, it could have been one of the dwarves, you know, just fucking with you that was living up underneath the house. It came up and just pushed the bookshelf over.
I was just about to say he just so happened to fucking pop up in that spot.
Tunnels, yeah.
He was listening to you and he was just like, "I'm gonna get this motherfucker."
You know, it'd be funny.
Knock the shit over. That doesn't make sense how like a sturdy ass bookcase like that to just tip over either though. Those things.
Yeah, no, because this thing is humongous. Yeah, no, this is not like just some.
Did they ever have an incident of it falling over before?
Not from what I had asked of her. No,
yeah,
but I'm sure there was, because I'm like,
ghost,
come on,
that ghost is like talk shit, get hit, dude. Like,
oh my god,
make a believer out of you.
That shit will fucking mangle a child, or at least if that shit fell on you, that would easily fucking like dislocate or break something.
That would fuck somebody up.
Oh my god,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Okay, I'm actually surprised. Like, you had like a personal story. I wasn't sure if you were just gonna tell like a ghost story or what.
No, yeah,
all
I've
the
had.
personal recounting of that.
Mhm.
I've had a few. I've had several. Have you had any, Swade?
None that were outstanding.
No.
I had a book full once.
What were the
I
circumstances?
mean, but that's
What was
still.
the circumstances behind it?
I was in my bedroom. It was dark.
It was dark
Book
and
fell.
book just fell down.
Book fell. Monkey with a book was
Actually,
Monkey-
wait.
Monkey wanted his book.
I've got one more pair. You know what? I might start backtracking about the whole paranormal thing because I actually have another one.
Okay.
This one's almost even more personal, and we're on the members only, so this is perfect.
This is
So,
perfect, yeah.
all right. So, actually, Swain is kind of new to this information, so I'll just kind of catch up everybody with it because I mean, you
Alright.
know who he was. So, okay. So Jeff had a father. His name was Alan. This would be my step grandfather, but I didn't call him that crap.
Yeah.
But he passed away due to lung cancer pretty early on when we met Jeff and all them and whatnot. And this was right around where Grayson was born. So he's 9 now, and it was less than a year. So what is
So
it now?
about 10 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. But once he passed away, so in the upstairs of their current house now, and we're convinced that it's still kind of a thing. In the baby's room, which is now, I believe, Grayson's room, there was there were these toys that only worked off motion. It was like these wooden puzzle things that you would have to like put stuff on there to like make it activate or take stuff off to make activate.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times Grayson would leave them out, so they wouldn't even have anything to be, activating them in the first place. And tell me why, whenever he was alone, apparently, and this was the story that my mother would tell them, is that apparently their grandfather would play with them because these toys would go off on their fucking own,
What the fuck?
like almost like without like fail, whenever they fucking talked about it. And then like what made it creepier and like more like grounded was that Grayson would kind of follow along with it. He's like, I think it's grandpa. And it was just
Oh.
like it was super unsettling for everybody because it was kind of like a joke at first, but it would continue to happen. We would like do stuff to kind of like avert having the toy go off.
Yeah.
Like we would put it downstairs and we would make sure that all the blocks were in and stuff. And then we would fucking find like a piece out and it would still make noise and shit.
Wow.
Like this shit was weird. And when Stella was born as well, she also had like the same experience with like motion dolls and shit, but
Yeah.
that one wasn't as like anywhere near as like prevalent. But our theory on that is because Grandpa Allen actually did meet Grayson before he passed away.
Really?
He met him as a fucking like new baby born infant. So our theory is that because he has more of an attachment to him because he actually has like seen him in life, that he's more prone to like being around him. I haven't heard anything recent since then, since I moved away, but we were pretty convinced for the longest time that Grandpa Allen was straight up hovering over Grayson for at least a solid 2 years,
Like guarding him and stuff.
or just at least keeping him entertained while
Yeah.
everyone else was doing their own fucking thing.
Being able to enjoy, at least in death, to get to know your grandchild the best you can before you have to pass on for forever.
Which, like I said, I'm not a big ghost person, but now that I realize that I have these personal stories, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'll be a hypocrite. I believe these ones though.
I don't believe all of them. I believe some. That actually kind of touches home to my story.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually incredibly similar. Only I'm Grayson at this point, and I have a first class account of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So so I've actually recently been getting more information on my family's like family tree and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize that my granddad, my great grandfather, that I thought wasn't actually my granddad's biological father; it was a stepdad.
Oh, okay.
But he was the only one I knew because my granddad's biological dad died way before I was born. But my granddaddy Nuke, so he died in 2001. I was 3 at the time, so I didn't really understand a lot. I was just gaining consciousness, so I was just gaining like a memory.
I was just an amoeba before.
Oh yeah, I was just starting to be able to remember stuff. I do remember this just a little bit, but I just kind of played it off as being dreams and stuff. There's a lot of things There's a lot of things that happened when I was younger that I thought were dreams, but actually did happen.
Hmm.
Um,
Actually, same. I think about it.
but so he died, and there was this big thing of like, uh, they told like he was laying in his casket and everything, and my mom had me over, or somebody had me over him to see him and everything. One last time, and I didn't understand what's going on. They just told me he was sleeping, and I scream at the top of my lungs to wake up. I told him like, "Wake up, Grandpa!" And
Jesus.
like everybody went silent for a minute, and then everybody kind of started laughing because it was just like a little moment for everyone there. It was kind of funny. You know, it was like it kind of made. I think it kind of lifted everybody's spirits a little bit from that.
Aw.
At least that from the way they told me. Um, but then 3 days after that, I was in his room and I was just laughing. Like I don't remember it entirely. I remember the situation to me, but it was a totally different perspective from what everybody else saw.
The fuck?
So to me, I was playing with Granddaddy Nuke. He was Me and him were just kind of hanging out, and we were just kind of throwing a ball around and stuff. And I was like playing with a train or something like that, and he was just talking to me, sitting on his bed, and I was in there playing, and they came in there and they asked me what I was doing. I said playing with Granddaddy, and he had been dead for 3 days, or he had been
The f-
like buried 3 days ago. But I was in there playing with him, and I remember that situation of me playing with him. But they said he wasn't there, but to me he was right there. And I have this mental image of him being on the bed. I have the room laid out and everything.
You know that makes me think. The myth where, well, maybe not a myth, if what I'm hearing now, but like how animals and children can see things that
Are
adults
there
can't, or like older humans can't,
like they
kind
block
of
out
thing.
like the other perspective that we just don't see because we're so used to like blocking shit out like that or something.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember what the specifics are of why we can't, like, or why we lost certain senses as we get older, but
It's something to do with the developmental section of your brain. I think our brains are meant to not pick up on shit like that for a good reason. But maybe when you're a baby and that your brain's developing that function of ignore these things, you know? But I think I was just in such a unique point because I was just turning 3, so I was just gaining my consciousness that I was able to actually kind of remember this experience.
now hearing this, you know what I would love? Just I would like to think now, hearing this, I would love to think that from Grayson's perspective, that maybe he could still see him, you know?
He might have been able to.
That's fucking.
It's just hard if he remembers, and it's hard for me to remember really. It's
Ooh,
like I
I'm
don't
gonna
even
have to
remember.
ask, boy.
I don't
Next time
even
we
like.
play fucking Halo Infinite, I'm catching him.
I'd be like, hey, could you actually see him, or do you remember? Like, but because to me, I could still see him, and like
Go,
in my
go
brain,
outside.
I had the image of him sitting on the bed with me playing, and then everybody coming in and asking me, and him being right there,
Oh my god.
and everybody was just so freaked out by it. They're like, what? Like,
That's how me and my mom were when we fucking walked in on Grayson, just like fucking playing with a fucking broken, or what we thought was a broken toy, and he's like, I'm playing with grandpa. We're just like,
uh,
what do
fuck
you
me up,
mean?
dude. Yeah.
I just hear in the background, demon baby.
Demon baby. Oh my god. Yeah, Erica's letting her shit out or something.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, that shit was wild. Like, but like that's kind of set in stone why I kind of believe in stuff like that. At least
Wow.
to a
That's
degree. It's like because I have a first count like premise of when I was a child, and I just have this very vague memory. And of course, it could just be the child mind, like me conjuring up in my head as a kid and having it remembered. But I mean, like,
well. Hey, well now if you'd like to use my story as some loose evidence as to some parallels, there
yeah,
you go. Because that does there is a lot of parallels to that. It sounds like.
yeah. I
And
mean, who knows how many more? Kids have had that exact same experience because it's a pretty unique thing too to just be at that age where you are actually able to have memory, so you know that it happened, but you might still be in that state where you, if it is the thing of like when you're young, you can see, not I don't know what to say, if like more ethereal plane stuff, you know?
Perception.
Perception, like have a better perception of it.
Oh man, I'm so excited to ask him now. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it doesn't set off anything, because I mean, actually, no, he won't have too many. Oh wait, you know what? He might not have any memory of him since he barely knew him. We'll have to see. I know that the little sister Stella won't, because she literally was not alive. Well,
Not alive yet. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna pet the dog before she goes back to the room. Go to the room. Go to the room, girl. All right. Oh, but yeah, man, like it's just kind of crazy. I have a few more, but they're just not as concrete. Like I remember, the house my grandparents live in now was my grandmother's father's home, and he passed away in there. But they moved back down here and started staying in it, and we have like these big, like family, like portraits and stuff of like generations, like generational couples and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this one. My grandparents used to have two beds in this room. One was a really firm mattress, I think, for my granddad, and one was a more soft mattress for my grandmother. I used to sleep in the soft one with my grandmother when I was a child.
Aw.
And I just remember seeing like looking over one day, and there's just because there was a light in the living room so that you could see to get to the bathroom, but it would shine over some of these portraits, and on one of the arms on I think it was one of my grandmother's, I could see her arm kind of doing like a motion, like rubbing my grandfather's shoulder, my great grandfather's shoulder and stuff.
Ugh.
And it would freak me out because it was plain as day to me. And my grandmother told me it was just the fans moving that it was making my eyes see things.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's fucked
It
up.
made total sense. It made total sense to me. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess like from the wind moving, it just makes it seem like the arms are moving on the paintings. But it freaked me out so bad I couldn't sleep.
I can imagine you just saw a fucking ethereal hand rub over a person. That's fucking
Like I saw
disturbing.
like a painting moving and stuff. It was weird.
Oh my god.
It freaked me out. I'm trying to think of any other paranormal things that had happened.
I've seen like air quotes more or like haunted locations throughout my travels now, where like people swear that these places are haunted, and they do have like the similar like decrepit kind of feel, kind of thing, where like it almost has like an air, not an air. What's the word? The pressure is different of
Yeah.
the environment. Like a lot of these fucking decrepit like abandoned barns and shit. Like I don't think spirits typically just go around and just fucking hang out and fucking. They're not squatters, right? They don't just fucking go wherever. But when it's like an old home and something like that, that's where I'm more prone to believe that like, oh god, I don't know. Especially when it's there's this house on Post in Washington State. I was like right across the street from us, and the rumor was that like every so often, certain nights you could see like a figure in one of the in the windows, and it looks like a person, even though no one's lived there in like decades.
Fucking wild.
And it makes me think of what's that movie? That one Halloween movie where like the house is alive and shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I can't think of what the movie is.
Oh wait, Monster House.
It's literally called
Monster House.
Monster
Yes.
House.
With the mansion.
I wonder
The-
instead of ghosts if that would be like a probability of. I guess that's called a poltergeist,
isn't it the
right?
dumpster dive?
I don't know. I don't know if you would call that a poltergeist.
Yeah.
Would she have been a poltergeist if she just like controlled the house? I guess.
Yeah, that's what poltergeists do. They fuck with people.
I thought they did it only like through electronics though.
No.
No.
Well, I mean that still kind of counts because it's like an object, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, that makes sense. But like, I imagine that would be more of the I'm more prone to believing in that. Maybe not to that extreme where they fucking turn into a literal fucking like mouth with uvula carpets or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's not an actual living being, right?
So it's a girl
But I am-
house.
But shut up! Oh my god. No, that's terrible. But wow, that blast from the past of that movie. But I could see more along the lines of like a spirit becoming one with a home
Mhm.
kind of thing, where it's something along the lines of like how my grandfather would like interact with a child. Well, like it's just in the confines of a room or something.
Erica has the definition of a poltergeist pulled up. A
Oh,
ghost
shit.
or other supernatural being supposedly responsible for physical disturbances such as loud noises and objects thrown around.
They interact with
Aha!
the real world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that could be under a poltergeist just because the house is an object that
Yeah.
they would have to reach in and control.
You think we know this from how much fucking what's that fucking game called? Twid?
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia we played over the years. Or all the fucking like spiritual games. This would have been one. This would have been a fucking one to bring Amanda on. We're
Yeah,
talking about paranormal shit.
yeah, she wouldn't shut up about it.
The next time we'll
Maybe
try
the
to
next
get her on.
podcast we'll do some more paranormal stuff and have her
Yes.
talk about it.
Oh man, now I feel bad that she missed that story because probably would have ate that shit up. But
Wait, what story?
fuck it. No, what the grandfather
Oh, yeah.
ghost. Grandfather ghost. That's actually a fucking epic name.
Grandfather Ghost. That'd be a new skin in Destiny too.
Oh
For your
god,
ghost.
don't even.
He just has like a little like a monocle and a mustache. Dapper Ghost. God. I'm trying to think
Alright.
if there's any other paranormal shit I have.
Hmm.
I know our old middle school was definitely haunted.
We've driven past there before, right? I swear you've shown it to me once.
Yeah. By the bell. There's a new
Almost
one
looks like a
in the one.
fucking like library, kind of like.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a library.
Jesus Christ.
You
What do you think
okay?
got a spirit would wander there? Do you think it's a child?
No,
No.
it's the guy who founded the school.
Oh.
Well, we called him Mr. Lavelle, even though that's not the guy who founded the school. But
Oh, that's just his nickname.
yeah, we just called him Mr. Lavelle. Good lord, Patty, you cannot be doing that.
I just let her back in from
She's
outside.
being exciting and like running around inside her kennel.
Yep, I hear you clickety clacky.
Yeah.
Coming for the schmacky.
Very, very personal members only video this time around, I suppose.
I was okay with that because it kind of made sense for the story, and
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't terribly revealing, but
Paranormal experiences, I guess, you know, are more personal.
I mean, some of them they can't help but to be.
I mean, there is the great legend of the Crybaby Bridge around here and shit like that. People have like blown that one out of the water though. I don't even think that fucking spirit resides there anymore. If that was a real thing.
Ugh. Wait, is that around here?
She's hungry.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
shit.
There.
kind of a big deal around here too.
Yeah, it was like the
Oh, man.
biggest.
Amanda's been to it, so I mean,
Yeah,
I want to go to
I've
it.
been through there before too.
Jacob's right there.
I'm right here. You can eat your food. Yeah, no, there's so many different like theories behind, like stories behind like how it was, but the whole premise is like a woman and her baby died on the bridge, and now the woman haunts the bridge, and if you go there and say that you have her baby, she'll appear and turn off your car and like lock your doors and shit.
apparently she's an
Jesus
auto
Christ.
mechanic. Yeah,
Yeah,
Nah.
she used to work at AutoZone.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh. O'Reilly's, and then she like tries to clock into work.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Nolan apparently actually has a story about Crybaby Bridge.
Wait. Ooh.
Yeah, like they were stuck in kind of like a time warp thing where they just kept fucking, or like a space warp thing where they were driving, but they kept passing by the same sign over and over, even though they were taking different roads.
What the hell?
Yeah. He'll have to talk about that. I don't know.
Yeah,
the
I
story.
have to hear that one. What the hell?
Yeah, he brushed that by me one time. That was kind of wild.
It reminds me of I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Adventure Time at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it's called specifically, but that one like little dungeon that where Egress, where if he opens his eye, or yeah, he has to keep his eyes closed throughout the entire maze and even outside of the maze. But if you open your eyes, you're stuck in a time loop. So if you open your eyes, no matter where you are or how long it's been, you start right back at the very beginning of the dungeon.
Oh, that's fucked.
That when I first saw that initially, that shit was rent free in my head for the longest time because how scary of a concept that is.
That's a
me.
horrifying concept. You have,
'Cause-
you have any paranormal experiences, babe? that you want to share?
No,
No, you got none.
I don't think so.
Never had any kind of ghostly encounter, even like a little spook.
It's not something that happens to everybody.
No, it's not. It's a very rare occurrence.
Well, knowing me, I just ignored it.
Not probably.
What?
You know, speaking of Lavelle, there was one thing I just remembered. So this one was actually fucking freaky. That kind of solidified to me that yeah, this fucking place is haunted. So you know Ouija boards.
Oh my god.
We all know Ouija boards. Wait, I know you love Ouija boards. They're like your favorite thing in the world.
I love the Ouija boards.
Love
yes.
the Ouija boards. What's it? The Ouija board. But essentially, we were in art class in 7th grade, and me and this guy named Darren were just kind of fucking around or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to like do a Ouija board?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he drew up a Ouija board on this piece of paper that was like you know the printer paper. He drew one on there, so it was really clean. He got like a little thing on it and everything. So he like
Created
kind of like
one on the
yeah,
spot. What the
DIY
fuck?
DIY Ouija board. We put our hands on the thing, and the moment our hands touched that fucking like I forget what we were using. We were using some kind of like little slider, and our hands went on it. And the moment we did, the whole fucking building started shaking. Like everything started fucking shaking. The ground was shaking. The roof was shaking. Like everything shook for a solid like 15 seconds.
Don't
And
you
me and
fucking
him,
talk to me through that
he-
paper discounted shit.
He grabbed that paper and balled it up and threw it away immediately. He was like, we just looked at each other and were like, oh, fuck.
Oh my
Because
god.
it was the moment our fingers touched that fucking thing. It just
They said do not disturb. Oh my
They
god.
did. That happened.
That's fucking nuts.
What?
The fact that
Eric is just smiling at me.
Before.
Huh?
I hear it on before.
You didn't hear that one before? I could have sworn I told you about that one. That
But
one
that's
freaked me
fucking-
the fuck out.
I feel like when it comes to most ghost stories, they either like ignore your existence or like they kind of tease you. They give you one singular word, little like I'm here or whatever the fuck. This man or this spectral being literally said, "Fucking, we're closed. Don't you fucking talk to me."
This dude said, don't you come here with that discounted ass bullshit. And like
Fucking-
said, stay away and shook the
Come back
fuck
when
out
you
of
can
him.
fucking
that
buy a
whole building.
real ass board, you cheap fuck.
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
It was just so sudden. And I don't even remember what, like, because it could have just been the fucking classroom above, like, stomping around for some reason. But it was across the whole, it would have had, because the art room was pretty big. So that would have actually taken up 2 classrooms. So there had been 2 classrooms stomping at the exact same time on cue that shook the whole fucking area that we were in. And we were on the ground floor. I could feel the floor shaking. Like, it all shook.
You know, hearing that I did go to one of these middle schools where some of these classes at the very beginning had like these little pep rally fucking march things in the classrooms
Yeah.
where they would like fucking jump around and shit. So it doesn't sound too far fetched. Like the moment you fucking put your hand on the paper, all right, guys. I can't remember how the song went, but it always ended with like a fucking clap, clap, jump, jump, and fucking
Fuck.
dude. I remember for the longest time, like I never got those classes that actually did them because it was like certain like fucking science classes for no fucking reason. But
Weird.
they got complaints over and over again for like 2
Oh, yeah.
years. Oh my god, it was fucking hilarious because you could tell which teachers were fucking super pissed off every time they fucking heard the
Every time
stomping.
they had to fucking do that shit. Especially,
my
imagine
God.
you're like giving a test and you hear that fucking stomping. Going on. Oh my God.
It just- but they would never go off at the same time or anything. They were never like close together classes. I don't know if it was just like a clique of teachers or whatever the fuck, but there was like always like 3 teachers that I knew or heard of. I only knew of one personally. It was an actual like fucking science teacher. They have like biology and random like microscope classes or whatever the fuck.
What the fuck?
He was just like a weird. I think he just was a gym teacher as well. I think that was part of the reason.
Oh yeah.
But oh my god,
Yeah,
he's
no,
such a
we
wacko.
didn't. We never. Our school didn't do shit like that.
No,
we
trust
did
me,
it
it was
in the-
gay. We did not want to do that. It was bad.
Yeah, no, they did it in like the gym and stuff like that. But you can't really get too hyped up when your fucking school is called the Rocks.
Let's go, Rux! Yeah.
The Lavelle McCampbell Rocks. Because and our mascot was this giant fucking like this giant fucking granite rock that was in
Are
the
you
center of. I'm not kidding. And when they made the
Yeah,
new
for
school,
those-
and when they made the school, they moved that big ass rock to the new school and put it out front.
Oh my
Because
god.
that's been the mascot of that school. Because it's in Graniteville, South Carolina. And it was a massive fucking chunk of granite. And it was like, you know what?
Bro.
We're the Rocks. And all they played was "We Will Rock You" so much that
Oh
I
my
am so
God.
glad Freddie Mercury's dead.
Oh no.
I have not listened they played, but it was busting in the gym because you could.
But it was
Yeah,
bussin'.
It was like, you could stomp the fuck out of the bleachers. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds cathartic to
some
hear the
OG.
fucking rattle. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was pretty good because that shit
That's
was
so- Man, I thought my fucking high school
that was
dude,
our
we
middle
were
school.
the fucking middle school? Okay.
Yeah, high school we were
middle
the
s-
Mustangs.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Middle school, I think
horses.
we were the Cedar Crest. Oh, we were Mustang as well, but we were
you guys were
we were
also
a fuck-
Mustangs.
Yes, we are. Yes, we were. It was a horse-based fucking middle school. Oh, it was a junior high. I'm sorry. I found the one junior high that existed in Washington State. It was fucking bizarre. The difference between middle and junior is that junior will have 9th grade in middle school, essentially.
Yeah, that's right.
So, so you started. So you started junior high later, but you also left later as well. So yeah, you would be fucking your freshman, junior, right? Is that how it works? Freshman, junior, freshman, sophomore. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, no, you would come into high school being a sophomore. It was very weird. It was also very weird because this was the type that fucking one had uniforms. So we had khakis and a red collared shirt, along with
Y'all look like a State Farm agent.
we really did look like State Farm agents, and not to mention, even better, we were getting our road rules figured out because we had one-way hallways, one-way stairs. So guess what? If you fucking passed a class and they were on your ass, the hall monitors were fucking vigilant as fuck and fucking stingy for no reason. But like, you fucking accidentally passed your door, but just by talking to someone on accident, you got to walk your ass all the way around, and yep, you had to walk all the way back around, and this is a big school, so it would take like 3 minutes between these 5-minute periods.
We had a whole separate building across a little street with the cafeteria, gym, and music rooms.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
that was
but-
the thing. Now, how many hall monitors got fucking murdered because of that shit? How many people just
Dude.
fucking snapped on a hall monitor, just beat the fucking shit out of them?
I snapped on a hall monitor, bro. I was pissed. I'm like, come on. I didn't mean to miss it. And they would straight up like slap you with lunch detentions, bro. They would just you fucking try to go backwards even just to miss that door. And what?
I had to put the door back because
Oh my
to
God.
reduce reverb. But
Oh.
but yeah, no. In our school, fucking what the fuck was I about to say? Yeah, no, that shit wouldn't have flown at
Junior
Lavelle.
high sucked. I hate
I think Sway could attest to this. I think if somebody did that shit at Lavelle, they would have gotten their ass kicked.
Mhm.
Dude,
Probably the
it
palate.
was chaos or it was nothing, and that's how fucking Lavelle McCampbell Middle School worked back in the day.
Jesus
as
Christ.
as the fucking vet OG from the fucking Lavelle streets, we were
Oh my god.
we were in the rut, and it was chaos. They tried having hallways be like for certain things. Nah, bitch. Nobody gave a fuck. Teacher, you got your ass kicked. Student, you got your ass kicked. You know, that's just how the shit went.
Oh
if
my
you
God.
try to like mess with the formula, no, you got fucked. You got fucked up. There's just a set formula that's been in play there, and it's no changing it. It's a lot better now, I'm sure. That school's nice as fuck compared to what we had.
I wonder if that junior high is even still fucking there. I honestly sincerely doubt. We were hated, bro. Like fucking
We were too.
parents would fucking constantly get on staff's asses and like shit. That was the fucking school that I decked the shit out of my friend for fucking spraying water in the back of my head.
Oh my
Like,
god.
man, we were all fucking on some shit. We were all cracked out
Some
there.
hard shit. How'd this go from paranormal to being about like old middle school shit?
I don't know. That's fantastic though.
It's because our middle school was haunted. And it just got brought up, I guess. Erica's telling her a story. Babe, why don't you come in here and talk? If you want to tell a story, come in here and talk through my mic. I know the story. Just, our audience doesn't. We're recording a fucking podcast episode. Come in here and tell your story. Come in here and tell your story so the audience can hear. So we're just not sitting in silence for like 5 minutes.
It's just because like I know that it doesn't pick up whenever I fucking try to split the mic. It picks up in your room, but it didn't pick
Yeah,
up on mine.
You're using a headset mic and I'm using a Blue Yeti, so it's
My headset mic's like cack.
Babe,
Well,
come
actually, it's fine. It's fine.
Erica, come here.
Your context is good. It'd be nice.
Erica, come on.
You're
You're already telling the story. Come in here and tell the whole story.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's even just
a retelling of what happened.
Kids we went to school with.
It's a retelling of what happened. Just close the door back so Dino's reverb doesn't. You don't have to shut it all the way. Just enough for the reverb to get caught on the door. All
It's
right.
Miss Cubina's class, 7th grade.
Miss Cubina's class. God, I
Running
got.
the children out the window. The kids
Oh,
getting
yeah.
thrown at the ceiling.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Textbook
your
out the window.
yeah. I mean, you have
Yeah,
a
that's the
story about that, though, don't you?
What?
About the your or our science teacher not believing that
I hated
the
that
cake
bitch so much.
Erica is a baker. For those of you who don't know, on the members only, but if you're members only, you know a little bit more about my life and know that my wife is a professional baker, and so she made a cake back
You
in.
have to make cell cakes. Either
Had to
an
make cell
animal
cakes.
cell or a plant cell for biology in the 7th grade.
Yep,
that's
You
adorable.
labeled your cakes. She took pictures and everything.
yep.
She gave me a 0 for my cake, which gave me
What?
a C in her class. And when my whole class and other honors class told her that's Erica's cake,
Cake.
she did not believe them. And then I got 100 on it.
Oh my god.
It's so fucking bullshit, dude.
Like my mom
Dude.
was mad at me. I almost didn't go to that Baltimore trip because my grade, because my mom was
It
pissed at me. I'm
wasn't
like,
your
it's not
fucking
my
fault.
fault.
Yeah,
Well, when she realized I gave me 0, my mom watched me do this cake.
yeah.
She was like, "Oh,
Okay.
Gave you a flat 0 though. Those are fighting
It's so-
words.
do it."
Yeah, she straight up said that you didn't do it because that was not your cake, and she was convinced that that wasn't your cake. That just shows how good you
the
were as
fuck?
already at
A
making
lot
cake.
of 12.
You were
Yeah.
cheating.
I was so pissed.
Oh my
Ugh.
god, that
Are
was so
you kidding me?
so.
You couldn't have
dumb.
made that. You fucking.
There's
What
no
do you
way
mean?
Through
Young
cake at the
lady
ceiling
made
in
this.
Cubina's last period.
Yeah,
My
somebody
God.
in our class did that.
Yeah, I don't think they were allowed to make those cell cakes after that.
They weren't. They were not.
I can't imagine why.
Our that same science teacher fucking loved me though.
She's the principal now. Oh, she loves me now.
Yeah, no, she loved me back then. She
hated me.
loved everything about me for some reason.
I talk too much because you were quiet. You didn't
I was
talk
quiet.
any.
Yeah, I was a shy little lad, except when people made me angry. Now just a little edgelord.
I feel like all teenage boys were little edgelords.
Oh yeah,
A little bit.
Oh, absolutely. That's just the learning how to deal with new testosterone getting into your body and shit.
What is this anger I feel, and why do I hate everything?
Why do I want to punch drywall so much? Why do I want to eat drywall?
Vitamin deficiency.
Yeah, probably.
Vitamin deficiency.
Actual food. You have some sort of vitamin deficiency going on. Usually
I just wasn't ready for like the real estate.
The most legitimate
Logical
answer you could have ever heard. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode, this members only episode. We went way off topic, but you know,
No, but
just
that's fantastic.
that gives you guys more entertainment.
I thought you said you were wrapping it up like an hour.
Well, we wrapped up the initial podcast, but then we have the members only section of the podcast where our members who pay 99 cents a month to watch our show get these little extra snippets. Yep, very nice. I hope that was enjoyable for you guys.
You are such a
We
trash
appreciate your
bag.
continued support,
Get
and we hope to see you next week on the Clown Town podcast on the Chief and Jehovah Variety Channel. Here's Anubis.
Take it easy.
Say bye, Nubby.